That movie was something. So it's 20 past 11 at night. I got back like 20 minutes ago, and I've been thinking like these 20 minutes what to say in this review, because I got a few things to say. I don't hate this movie, but it's definitely not that good to me. What this confirms to me is that The Last Jedi ruined the trilogy. It really did. It really ruined it, because this movie tries to be... This movie feels like two movies. It's doing the job of what The Last Jedi was supposed to do. Like, the questions you had from The Force Awakens, they're answered here. They are. But while it's doing that, it's also trying to end the series, end the saga, and it's just... It's a little bit all over the place, to be honest. There are some enjoyable bits. Visually, it looks nice. Visually, it looks crisp. It looks nice. I like the visuals. The visuals of this and the last movie looked amazing. But the storyline, not so much. They just put too much in this one. This one felt a bit better than Last Jedi, to be honest. But because The Last Jedi made so many mistakes, this one just... This one was trying to fix those mistakes, while also trying to end the saga, as I mentioned, and it just felt like a mess to me, to be honest. I did enjoy parts of it, as I said. There are some good scenes. There's some cool action sequences. There's a few plot holes, plot convenience sometimes. Rey is too powerful. Now, I do like Rey. I thought it was an interesting character to do. With the sequels, we needed something different, and I had no issue with a female-led Jedi. That's completely fine with me. But she was way too powerful. I'm just like, really? She can do that? And that... She was way too powerful, and she's OP. I mean, come on. I mean, I know Jedi are powerful, but like, she's ridiculous. Kylo's arc in this trilogy, I'm kind of conflicted on it, because in some ways I like it. In other ways, I'm just like, they kind of ruined him as well, because he had the potential to be a great villain. He had the potential to be almost not as good as Vader, but like he had the potential to be a great Star Wars villain in his own right. And I felt the way it was done in The Force Awakens, killing his own father, I felt that was all good. I liked all of that. I love The Force Awakens. I think it's a great movie. But what they've done with him since then, the last two movies, they've kind of ruined him. The actors are fine, like Daisy, who plays Adam Driver as well. Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega. Look, every actor does a good job, but the characters they're given are just meh, you know. I have no comment on Poe, really. I don't know what to say about him. He was a cool character too, but they've kind of ruined him. Speaking of ruined characters, Finn. What have they done with him? Like, seriously, they could have done a lot with his character. They could have done a lot with his character in this trilogy, and they did nothing since The Force Awakens. Absolutely nothing. Lando was cool. When Lando turned up, any scene he was in, it was nice. Any Princess Leia scene was fine for me. Other characters as well. Palpatine was fine. Palpatine scenes I like there's an opening scene with Palpatine. No spoilers, but Palpatine is in like one of the few scenes at the start. Obviously he's in the movie, and the scenes of him in it were alright. I thought they were fine. I liked them, to be honest. I liked the way it started. The first few scenes I thought were pretty good. Then it started to get a little bit more clunky, just not as good. And the ending, like the final battle, it just didn't feel as epic to me as it was, as it should have been. It was meant to be epic, and it kind of was epic in some ways, but it just didn't feel epic. At least not to me. By then I was worn out. It's funny, like when I did the Star Wars marathon earlier this month, you can check it out if you want when I talk about every movie. It's like 4 episodes long. I mentioned how before that marathon, I had only seen every Star Wars movie once. And I kind of know why. Even when these movies are great, for some reason, when I watch them, there's so much that they put into these movies, but when I watch it once, I'm just like, I'm alright. Whether it's good or bad, I'm just alright. They're not the type of movies that I want to watch over and over again, if that makes sense. I'm going to wait a while before watching them again. Maybe I'm just weird, I don't know, but after seeing this, it's just, I don't want to go back and see it. I was planning to, but I'm just like, nope, I'm done. I'll watch it again. I'll watch it one more time when it comes out on like Blu-ray. I probably won't buy the Blu-ray, but I'll check it out somehow. I'll check it out one more time, but I'm not going back to cinema. It's not worth it. I saw it in IMAX. It was epic. It looked visually nice. Some good action scenes, as I mentioned. And in IMAX is great for action scenes. If a movie is action-packed, see it in IMAX. If you can see it in IMAX, see it in IMAX. It's a great experience. And I'm glad I watched it in there. And it made it better, but still, by the time you got to the end, I was just worn out by the movie. I was just like, okay, how's this gonna end? Like, what are you gonna do here? To be fair, right? there is a scene, there's a fight scene, it's in the trailer, it's in that water planet near the Death Star where Kylo and Rey are having a lightsaber battle. That battle is cool. That was one of the best parts of the movie for me. This was a great fight sequence in the middle of the movie that just was really cool to watch. And I like that particular scene, this particular fight scene. There's a particular part where I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. There's other scenes as well that don't make sense. There are plot holes in this. There are things that are just convenient. Some things are explained too quickly. Like, they do explain things, but some things are explained too quickly. There's one thing that's explained that is really like interesting to me. I liked how they revealed it. There was a big reveal in this. There's a few reveals, but there's just one big reveal. Probably the biggest reveal of the movie, where I'm just like, oh, I like that. That's good. That's good. I like what you did there. Like, at this point, it was like halfway through the movie, I think, and I was like indifferent with the movie so far. At that point, I was like looking forward to seeing where you go with this. Then we went forward, and I just didn't like the ending. I didn't like the third act of the movie. It felt like they put too much in it. That's the main thing. It's not because of length. It's just, it felt like 2 movies. Oh yeah, C-3PO. Forgot to mention him. His arc in this movie was pretty good. I liked his arc in this movie. As I mentioned, action scenes. There's a chase scene near the beginning that's pretty fun to watch. It's a thrill ride. I mentioned the lightsaber battle from the trailer. There's a couple other fight scenes I guess are cool, but the main good fight scene is that middle lightsaber battle. There's a few cool things there, and there are some cool things in this. Like, I think like people in my screening, about half of them enjoyed it. Like, some people were cheering at the end. So it's not like it's completely divisive. I mean, it's going to be divisive, but it's not completely negative. You might like it, but I did not like it that much. I didn't hate it though. Like, I went out and I'm just like, whatever, I'll just move on. This is the thing, right? If you're going to plan an entire trilogy from the beginning, right? You're going to plan an entire trilogy right from scratch. You need the same vision for the whole trilogy. You can't just switch directors in the middle. Especially for Star Wars. Star Wars. It's been around for how long? And when you plan a brand new Star Wars trilogy, coming back for the first time, and the first sequels since the original trilogy, the GOAT trilogy, you gotta, when you plan to do a new trilogy, you gotta have one vision. And when you change directors, I don't know. I'm done. Again, I don't hate it, but I'm annoyed. Overall, this was a movie that was interesting in some ways, cool in some ways, but bad in other ways. And even though it was quite good in certain parts of the movie, overall it's disappointing for me. And I felt this trilogy had a lot of potential because I love The Force Awakens, and I felt they could have done a lot more from that movie. They could have built a lot more up and ended it really well, but in the end, it didn't work out too well. So in terms of Star Wars in general, I mean, in terms of the movies, they should go on a break. But with the TV shows, they can do something. They can make storylines. At the moment, they're doing Mandalorian. It's a good show. It's a really good show. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's a damn good show. Mandalorian, they're doing well with that. It feels more like Star Wars than these new sequels. They're planning on Obi-Wan, I think. They're doing Obi-Wan. There's Clone Wars as well. They're doing other things with TV shows. And they seem to be doing well in there. Doing well with the simple stuff. So they should concentrate more on those projects. Concentrate a lot more on those. Leave the movies, at least for a while. And just focus on the TV shows. And just do what you want with them. Because at the moment, they're doing a good job with Mandalorian. So anyway, yeah. My final rating for The Rise of Skywalker is a 6 out of 10. It's not lower because there are some good bits in it. But overall, as an entire movie, it just doesn't quite work for me. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.